Hey guys, this is Ian McGill coming at you today with a little bit of inspiration and motivation. I just wanted to take some time today to, tell you a little bit about myself so you can know where I'm coming from. And I'm already excited about, where this is going to bring some of you too. There's always going to be those that can relate to who you are and where you're coming from. Because like my mother used to tell me when I was a child, she would say, Ian, life is an adventure. That's all it is. Life is an adventure. A little where I'm coming from here, I moved to the state of California, with a lot of hopes and dreams and desires. And there was people that was behind me that was really, looking forward to my continued adventure, in the state of California. And it's not just California, but it's just the reason why I was moving to California. There was some, things that I was going to be doing and learning and so forth. So I came out here with a lot of hopes and dreams. And for me, my passion, my passion is in music, and my passion is, as a Christian, in the music ministry. And the word minister or ministry just means servant. That's all. So my passion was in serving in music, for community events, church services, fellowships, producing, production in music, being a musician on audios and CDs, and just giving the value of music to the masses, giving the value of music, based on me taking out the time to learn as much as I needed to learn, to be able to play music as much as I can play. But that was my passion, something I can just do all night long, sequence music and play piano and write songs and, mastermind with other musicians, and just let the night go away, just burning the oil. But that's why I moved to California, and I went to college out here and some great teachers, and things was going good. I didn't even go out on, Saturday nights, with my friends and fellowship a whole lot, only because, I was determined. I was determined that I was going to learn how to play the piano, and I was determined I was going to be able to learn more about music education. I was determined that I was going to be better at being able to, give the value and learn, the business of music. So I spent my Saturday afternoons, Saturday evenings with someone named Acrosonic. That's the name of a piano. I spent all my time, and even to this day, there's friends that I've had over the years that they remember. They said, Ian, you used to not come out with us on Saturday afternoons and so forth. You were, I remember you were always, at the school. You was always in the practice room, in the piano room, and so forth. But that was my passion. That was my passion. That's what I love to do. And I was willing to do that. There was times I didn't eat because I just wanted to, break the piano apart in music. And why do you play this chord? And why do you play this note? And I wanted to break the songs apart. And why do they write the songs in this key? And I wanted to study other music artists, and find out, what the background was, and find out the masses and who appeals to this type of music and so forth, and find out, what I didn't understand, and take my background of, because I played brass instruments. I went to college in Maryland, for music education also. So I played, brass, specifically the trumpet and treble clef, a lot of jazz and so forth. I played that. But also, I played other instruments too that I actually learned how to read music for percussion and drums and vocal classes, how to sight read, and I'm just trying to tell you what my background is, what my passion was when I came to California. I wanted to learn more about the piano and being able to be a part of a band and teach a music group how to move when it comes to appealing to the masses and to the emotions of people. And passion as in music ministry, as a Christian in the church, to be able to play for church services and just, as we say, usher in the presence of the Lord. But that was my passion, but they said you were always in the piano room, just always, doing other things and just coming out with us. Well, that was my passion for what I wanted to do. Well, I was going through school, and I was there for a couple of years. Actually, I was there for 2 years, and then I left. And when I left, things didn't really go as I thought they were going to go. My passion was still there, for music, but there was other things that I thought was a little more important because, you know, well, I should just say just finances was, becoming something big, and that it just wasn't there. It just wasn't there. So I found myself, going through here in California, finding different jobs here, to work, just to pay the rent, different jobs here just to work to be able to have the time to play piano, have the time to do music. Most of my time was spent working and less time practicing and less time doing other things for music. Other than now, my passion, for music is just exploding. Now I can play piano and I can play music whenever I want to. There's events that I can go to whenever I want to now. As much practice time as I can. I'm playing with different bands all the time. Different concerts that I'm going to, different mastermind musicians. But anytime I want to, my passion is just exploding. I have all the time that I want to for my music ministry, my music service, all the time that I want now. And just going back to those jobs, things that I was commissioned to play for and do things for, I was late to those things a lot because I didn't get off work in time, and then I didn't have the money to buy the equipment I needed for music and for instruments. I didn't have the money. I didn't make enough money to do that, and for that, so I had to play on, and if you're a musician, you understand, on faulty equipment that I just couldn't replace because I didn't have the money to do so. And then after a while, my passion started to diminish a little bit, and I was focused on, where's my next meal coming from? And those things are important. Those things are important. I was focused on, how long I was going to be at this job, and I started focusing more on a career other than music, that was becoming promising, and the career started to blossom, and music just became just something to do. It was just a hobby. There's nothing wrong with hobbies, but it was a passion, but then it became a hobby because things just weren't going the way I thought it was going to go. And in my career that was there, it was actually going through, through a corporate job that I was a part of. And I was actually in the same corporate job as one of my friends here in this home-based business. His name is John Chapman. It's a good friend of mine. He has a lot of knowledge, and but he and we were in the same corporate job together. And I was really focusing on that corporate job. Things was working out. I was there for about 8 years, 8.5 years, and it was awesome. But my brain was focused on that. My passion had become trying to make the next dollar, trying to make the next buck. My passion had turned to trying to squeeze in just enough time for my family. My passion came to trying to wheedle my way through all the, corporate rules just to have enough time to play piano a little bit, or just to practice a little bit, or just to be able to spend, just a week trying to go on vacation with my family, or just trying. In other words, I didn't have time to do the things that I came to California to do in the first place. But, it was okay. It was okay for me until the time came where we found that they were downsizing. And then I got laid off from that new passion that I had, that I thought it was. The passion of being in a corporate job. That passion, for making the next buck. That passion for squeezing in the time. And I was feeling good about myself. People respect people that work hard. Well, that's true. If you don't work hard, then you don't deserve to be respected. But when it comes to working hard, you should work hard for something that's actually going to benefit you. Work hard for things that's going to benefit you in your life. Work hard for things that's going to actually bless you and your family. You don't just work for money. That's it. It's not about getting more money. It's not about focusing on just having more money, believe it or not. The focus should be on what the money can bring you. Retirement, savings, security, vacation. And for people like me, time for ministry. That's my passion for that. Well, fortunately, I was blessed, and I did get laid off from that job, and I tried to get it back, and I couldn't get it back, so it was over. All that 8 years that I spent, almost 9 years I spent in that job, that was my passion, was just puffed out, and it was gone, And all of a sudden I was left with that old passion that I had, which was still inside, which is for music. And I realized that I didn't have time for vacation. I realized I didn't have retirement. I realized that I didn't have security, and I realized that I didn't have that passion or the time to put into the reason why I even moved to California, which was for music. It was gone. I was like, what was I going to do? But I'm so glad today, that I was able to find something. I was able to find, a vehicle, to use to actually explode that passion again. And to this day, now I can spend as much time as I want to in this passion. I love playing the piano. I love being in the music ministry, and I love having the time to spend in church. I love having the time to spend in community events. I can spend as much time as I want now because it's my passion, and I love it, and that's what I wanted. For some of you out there, you've lost your passion because you're focusing on getting the next buck. You've lost your passion because life has just been punching you in the face. We need to take out the time and find out what vehicle is it that you can use to be able to fund that passion that you have. As a Christian, there's a scripture that's one of the most misquoted scriptures as a Christian, but even for non-Christians, it's there. But the way it's actually quoted is that it says in the Bible, Christian Bible, the love of money is the root of all evil. The love of it. The reason why is because the focus is not on what the money can get you, but the focus on just having money only. It's not about the money. It's not about that. You can't just go around just loving money, because that's going to be a root of a lot of things that isn't really true, and it's going to just blow away. When it comes to people that actually have money, that you consider they have a lot of money, there are other things in their lives. True happiness is not based on your happenings, not true happiness. There's things that make you happy, and you need to engage in those things. You need to, love to have things that make you happy. As a Christian, the Bible talks about that, things that actually make you happy, and that's good. You need to be. But true happiness is actually based on you being able to focus your passions on the things that you want. Whether things are going wrong or right, you want to still have some happiness inside. So find your passion. And if you find your passion, people can see that. And for your ministries, for your Christians that I'm talking to, and even for your businesses for that, if people see what your passion is, they see that that's what you're focusing on, and they see that you're going to work hard for that, and you'll be trustworthy. All right? So I hope this helps you. Hope this blesses you. If you want to get some more tips on how on your passions and in your business and so forth, just go to my blog. You can click on the link below to get more tips concerning that. But focus on your passions, and things will come together. All right. So this is Ian McGood coming at you, and I'll see you in the next video. All right, I'm out.